is the Galaxy Watch 4 the first real competitor to the Apple Watch? Well, I've been using both the Watch 4 and the Watch 4 Classic for the last week, switching between them as I go, and I have some thoughts, and mostly, actually, really positive. So let's bite into this delicious cookie and take a look at the watches from my perspective of a hardcore Apple user who's only fairly recently started looking at switching my iPhone away to, Android. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Pete, and on this channel we help busy entrepreneurs find the best tech, be productive, and stay safe online. So firstly, the differences. What are the differences between the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 and the Watch 4 Classic? Well, not much, in all honesty. The main difference is the shape, with the Classic being bulkier because of this rotating bezel at the top. And the Classic also has a slightly larger screen. Otherwise, all of the actual features are pretty much identical, and all of the innards are pretty much also identical. Both of them have 16 gig of internal storage for any music or podcasts and any stuff you want to store locally. Now, first thing to mention in no particular order, but I confuse myself when looking to install apps on these watches because, well, on the iPhone you install apps from your phone. Not so, because on the Android watch you have an app store directly on the watch itself. So you just fire up the app store and install whatever apps you want to use, and there you go. And because some of the issues I had with my Galaxy Fold 3, which you can go watch up here in this video, I actually had to install Google Pay, which conveniently can be installed from the App Store again, right here. Swiping down from the top gives you access to all the usual settings, the mute settings, brightness, water lock, Bluetooth, all of the same as the Apple Watch pretty much. You tap and hold to get access to the different watch faces, but I would recommend you use the actual app on the phone instead, as you get access to far more, you can see more, and you can customize the watch faces a little bit easier from there as well. Now on both watches you can swipe in from the left to get your notifications, though on the Classic you can also just rotate the bezel to see those notifications too. Always on display also looks really good, zero issues there, and the screen does look really sharp with great image quality. Though this does bring me to, I think, the first negative I've got to say about this watch is that when I received a notification and raised my wrist to read it, it was fairly slow to actually display them and kind of wake the display up. Whereas with the Apple Watch, I find those notifications so much faster. So you can just lift your wrist, glance, and you know instantly if it's something that you need to worry about. I think perhaps this watch is waiting for the screen to be the right angle or something perhaps, whereas the Apple Watch, it seems to be based on rotation of your wrist, something like that. But it does feel sluggish when first comparing directly against the Apple Watch. Hopefully something they can tweak in a future software update. And whilst we're talking about the negatives, I'd also like the ability to change the press and hold to use Google rather than Bixby. I guess this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch and not the Google Watch, but still with Android I kind of assumed that it would still let you choose, though I understand that is coming soon. Not sure how soon, but it is coming soon. And then lastly for negatives, I think it's a negative. These are just bigger than the Apple Watch. I think it's because I've worn an Apple Watch for so long now, but they just don't feel as comfortable to wear as the Apple Watch. Definitely the standard Watch 4 feels more comfortable because it's lighter, it's slightly smaller, and just the shape of the Classic is just, for me, it's just too bulky. But that is very much a personal opinion, so each their own. I do also think they missed a trick with most of the world still wearing masks. I would like to have seen some security features which allow you to, unlock your phone whilst wearing a mask via your watch, like Apple has. That is a really neat feature with the Apple and the whole ecosystem, in that my watch can unlock my iPhone as well as my Mac, and maybe that can be rolled into a future update. Not sure. Anyway, some fun stuff now. Samsung also has some pretty interesting gesture features. You can shake your hand up and down to accept a call. Or you can roll your wrist away twice to reject a call or dismiss a notification, which both of those can look fairly dodgy. I think I prefer Apple's version of just covering the watch with your palm, but hey, each their own. Now next up is health, and I have to say I am really impressed with the health capabilities of both of these watches. This is personally where I actually feel Samsung has the edge over Apple right now, and there is one feature above all else that I really dig, and this is the ability to see your average heart rate across your workout by scrolling down to the bottom. But with Apple, you don't know your average heart rate until you stop your workout, by which time it's too late to do anything about it. Well, with these Galaxy Watch 4s, it actually shows you a running average of your average heart rate if you scroll right down to the bottom, which is just really nice, and it helps tell you if you maybe need to do a few more laps or bring your average heart rate up after a workout, or maybe you just need to answer a few phone calls. My only last comment around health is that on a couple of occasions I was doing a workout that I know gets my heart going, but with the Galaxy Watch it registered a much lower rate than normal than the Apple Watch, so possibly question the accuracy around the fitness stats. But other than this, I absolutely love how you can do a quick health check from the watch, which tells you some vital stats. A really, really neat feature that. But now let's talk battery, because again, another huge positive here. These watches seemingly last a very, very long time. I would actually expect to get 2 whole days worth of battery from one charge, which in Apple's world is a very, very long time. My Apple Watch maybe lasts a day, maybe full 24 hours at a push if I wore it for all full 24 hours. But these watches are sitting comfortably at around 50% in the evenings on day one, and that really surprised me given like the size of the screen and the always on display and the brightness I had it set to as well. It was really nice. So far, this is the best Android watch that I've come across that actually seems to be comparable with the Apple Watch now. If only they'd let you use the Google Assistant instead of Bixby though. That's a bit of a pain and a bit of a compromise. But that's hopefully still to come soon, and it is still early days. You know, Samsung have plenty of time to produce further updates with new features and to hopefully fix that Bixby thing. For now, head over to the link down in the description below to grab yours, and I'll see also if I can find any discounts for anyone to use. Otherwise, go and watch my Galaxy Fold review here to see what I was talking about being unable to use Samsung Pay, or go and watch this video instead. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Cheers.